Okay. Let me sit up here. There we go. Alright guys, welcome to my thoughts on Evolve thus far, and a small review. I'm going to have the game playing in the background, courtesy of Ghost Robo, thank you, shout out, in his video. Now, I want to address something really quickly. This isn't a final review, obviously, because the game isn't even out yet, but this is my review thus far, my thoughts on it thus far, and it will change as the game progresses and comes out. To start off with everything, the game, Turtle Rock, the developers of the game Evolve, have stated their thoughts on the DLC debacle that has been plaguing them lately, and where they come into this stating that, oh, it's not ready yet, it's not day one DLC, and these are things that are to come. Yet we do know for a fact that the Behemoth monster will be out on February the 10th, for sure, to come with it. So if that's not day one DLC, I don't know what is. Now the game costs $59.99, and you get a free copy of Left 4 Dead if you bought it on the PC. I cannot speak for consoles, but I can speak for PC. It does not come with the season pass or anything in that in between. It's a $60 game in that aspect. Now, if you were to pay, say, $80, you would get the new monster, Behemoth, and you would get the season pass, which comes with 4 new hunters and I think 2 skins or 2 maps, one of the two. How can you suggest, Turtle Rock, that it is appropriate for you to start a new genre, if you will, and think that people should be entitled to pay $60 for a game that is easily worth $35? If when I go into this, I'll explain more on that. You cannot expect people to take you guys seriously if that is the case. You can't. So you're gonna try to upcharge it with DLCs after DLCs. You didn't just come out with one DLC. You decided to drop another DLC on top of that. That if you pre-order the game with the full version, the monster pack, you have to pay $100, another $50 to get everything that was included, like I just stated, from the first DLC, which is the Digital Deluxe, which is $80, $79.99, and a 5th monster that has not been named yet. So if I can understand you correctly, you think you can charge for $20 extra for another monster? So every time a monster comes out, Turtle Rock, are you going to just charge everyone every time? Is there going to be anything that is not off the table? Because some people are complaining that this should have gone free to play if it was going to be this kind of aspect where you had to buy your characters instead of unlock them, and buy your monsters instead of unlock them. Every monster you guys come out with, is this going to be a trend? You can't help but not ask that. It's just it's odd. No other company's ever done this. They expect like this to be like the Call of Duty franchise. And on top of that, Turtle Rock, you think that you can win the esports crowd and go from there by showing gameplay in the form of esports with famous announcers from Dota and StarCraft and things like that. What is the demographic you want to sell? Because this game doesn't feel like a competitive game to me, and I don't think a lot of other people can agree that it does. Turtle Rock, I don't know. Now, the game itself is gorgeous in the aspect of the bad. Now, we'll get into the game now. The game itself is gorgeous. It is ran on the Crysis engine, if I understand correctly, and it is a beautiful game. It runs very smoothly. For an alpha, it ran very smoothly, and there was almost no lag in any of the servers. I didn't experience anything like that. No drops, nothing. I have read on the forums that there were people having a lot of crash problems with the PC version. I do not know on the console version, and I can't speak for the console version on graphics. But this video right here is the console version, from what I understand, and I think it is the PlayStation 4. I mean, it's a gorgeous game. You can't knock it. they did a great job with the graphics. It looks beautiful. I mean, the clipping's great. It's smooth. If it is running in 30 FPS, it is definitely smooth for a 30 FPS. And if it's running in 60, then that's good. That's good. And I hope that the PC stays running in 60 frames or more. So for that aspect, they did do a pretty good job. In the aspect of the gameplay, it is very fun. The maps are huge, dynamic. You have NPC wildlife that are around everywhere, and some of the wildlife you can get buffs from, even as the humans you can get buffs from. And there's a lot of things you can go run around and do. As you can tell, I mean, he has ran, Ghost Robo here has ran everywhere on the map. And it is such a huge map, and it's so cool. And it's just awesome to be a part of that and see how the environment reacts to things. And how it reacts to the humans and the hunters. Now, the game fails immensely in character immersion, in that feeling of being immersed in this world as the humans, on the hunter side at least. It fails miserably. You get a few hunters here and there. You get like Hank and Maggie, but I mean, going through all of them, you don't even remember their names. They did show a trailer though on the evacuation, the 5-day event thing that you do. That is, you evacuate all the humans and stuff, and the hunters are supposed to kill all the monsters. It has not come out yet. I don't know. It is in solo play and in multiplayer, so I do not know how that will work in itself, but I can, for now, at this very moment, character development is lackluster. You get a few tidbits here and there. Hank joking about barbecuing after he slays the monster. Maggie talking about her events prior to this in another hunt where she was the last of her survivor with her dog Daisy, her alien dog Daisy. But you don't get that feeling that this is going, that you feel like you're connected with your character, that you have diversity in that character. And when it comes to the character development, to me that is a very important thing, right? I want to feel like this is more important than just a simple take out the monster, survive. They treat the monster as if it's something that is so deadly and dangerous that they needed the most experienced hunters out there to take it all out, and then they needed multiple of them because they were so strong and powerful and unrelenting. And if that's the case, I want to have more connection to the hunters as much as the monster. Now, with the monster side, there's not really much to say when it comes to character development. Obviously, you're just a monster, you're a brute, you're a sly thing, but you will, you'll just, what you see here, you're destroying things, you're wrecking havoc, you're just going insane, and you're just a big bad monster. You're Godzilla. Godzilla doesn't talk, that kind of ideology never goes around. So as the monster, character development, I don't think you're ever going to get any further unless the monsters were more smarter than what they seem, but they don't seem that smart. But on the human side, that was very lackluster. Another issue I had with the game is there's no campaign. There's no real campaign, no full campaign. How are you going to sell a game for $60 if you can't even give us a story? There's no story. It's just, we have these monsters on this planet, and they're destroying everything, and we have to stop them. We got hired to stop them. Why didn't the military stop them? Why do you need to hire bounty hunters and things like that to save a civilization? I don't get it. Where are the people? If that's the case, I see abandoned places. So where do the people go? Are they evacuated? I don't understand. If they're going to add wildlife, they should at least add, like, I don't know, just add the population of the people. But maybe that will also come in evacuation. I don't know. In evacuation mode, it's not out yet. It could possibly there be people there that you have to save and then you have to get them out. They say that, but I don't know if you actually see the people or if it's just a cinematic. But it's just so many you don't really know what you're doing. You're just kind of going with the notion. And this also falls back on how you can sell a game for $60 if you're not going to add this kind of depth into the game. If you're going to just focus on graphics and my esports, it's mind-boggling that you think that the game will be worth that much. A lot of people, even Forbes, have complained that they think that this game is worth being free to play because you're going to charge people every time a new hunter or monster comes out, and in the form of DLC, and you're also going to charge them to buy your game at $60, and you treat it like a franchise, but it's not even a franchise as it is. It's brand new. No one's ever seen it. So that's my thoughts on it thus far. I don't see, I don't know where Evolve might go. I see that a lot of people like it. I like it. It's fun. It's definitely fun. It's the kind of game that you'll casually play with your friends. You get drunk, have a few beers, invite them over. It's perfect for the console systems. For PC, it's fun. It's fun to play with your friends. You can sit down and play with your friends on Steam and have a blast. But I don't see between the repetition and the replay value. I just don't know if there's enough there to continue a replay value. I don't see that this game won't suffer where Left 4 Dead suffered in the genre of repetition and doing the same things over and over again. And the idea that you want to suck the money out of everyone is mind-boggling. And then you want to appeal this to the esports fans, where the humans who get unlimited ammo, they don't have almost any customization in any of their weaponry. You know, you get what you get, and that's it. There's no, like, upgrades to your weapons as you progress your character. There's unlocks to one hunter, and that's it. But you don't get any upgrades to anything that is worth a damn at that particular moment. It blows my mind that's how it is. And they believe that the buffs in itself should be what you focus on versus customization. So you don't have any character development. You have zero customization. The monsters get skins, but you have to buy them. Once again, it's like as if I'm looking at a freemium game and you guys decided to just slap on there just DLCs wherever you can to make this most money off everybody as possible. Either you guys believe that this game is going to be worth every penny, or you're just trying to make as much money off a game and you are promoting what the stereotypes say when they say that all you guys do, all video game developers want and publishers want, is to make all the money off of everyone and not care for anything else. And that is pathetic. So I hope this game does well. I'm waiting for Evacuation to come out, and I'll test that. I hope that the other game modes are going to be out as well. So far, I would give this game a 6 out of 10. It's very fun. It's very fun with friends. It's a beautiful game. It runs smoothly. And you could have a lot of fun. If you are looking for something that will immerse you more into the aspect of monsters versus the hunters, and you get a connection with the characters and everything like that, then this game is lacking on a lot of that. And it's more of a simple mind-boggle shooter with some silly quotes here and there from the hunters, and the monster just going devastating. The monster's the coolest part of this game, hands down. The humans need a lot of work and refinery. There are some balancing issues in the game thus far, with some of the monsters being extremely strong versus the hunters, and the hunters not having any type of customization or upgrades to their weapons throughout of it. It makes it a lot harder for the hunters to do their game, but maybe that's how they wanted it with the buffs and everything. I don't know. But so far, I would give the game a 6 out of 10, and I will come back to this when the game is actually out and do a full review into the entire game from then on. This is King of Pole, signing off.